I don't see it there. I just think it's a really nice lightweight daily trainer. So yeah, I think it could mean the end of the Clifton. First impressions review I've got for you guys today is the Hoka Max 6. Now I actually haven't got along with any of the Max series since they've been released. I've always thought they've been pretty much fairly overrated, but this one promises to be different, so let's hope that it is better than the last iterations. But before we get into it, and if you want to support this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Right, so checking out our quick specs here. Now there's a huge price mismatch here between Australia and the US. So $260 in Australia, $140 in the US. We're definitely getting ripped here in Australia. Now weight wise, yeah, super lightweight, 232 grams. Real happy with that one. Stack heights, 37 in the rear, 32 in the front, 5mm drop. So in our upper here, the material that they're using here is what they call acryl jacquard mesh. But it's a bit of a double layer thing, and it's got like a top layer that sort of reminds me of the material that they use in the New Balance, the brand new Rebel V4. But yeah, still really light, really breathable, nice and airy. Padding wise, really generous amount of padding here, so nice and comfortable around the heel collar. Yeah, I won't say it's plush, but it's almost getting there. So yeah, fair bit of cushion here. Now they've got a really cool heel flare here, as you can see there. Now that does a great job to lock that heel in nice and securely. So lockdown in this shoe is really, really nice. Now the tongue, we've got a pretty thin tongue, but this tongue is meshed all the way up it, just to add to that breathability of the shoe. And then they've got some really nice fabric material on top of the tongue. It's really nicely cut and contoured, so it sits really nice and flush on top of the foot. Now it's a fully gusseted tongue. That's really, really nice. Now the lacing system is pretty standard of what you see in a lot of Hoka shoes. It actually really reminds me of a Clifton, this shoe. So it doesn't look like the slim down Max shoe with the pointy nose of what I'm used to seeing. It actually looks more like a Clifton now. And yeah, and when you put the shoe on, it sort of feels like a Clifton in the comfort department. Now fit wise, Hoka is a narrow shoe. So in the fit, length wise it's probably true to size for most people, but for me Hokas are too narrow and I always get massive toe irritation on my little toe here. So these do come in a wide size, so if you have that issue, then you go the wide size. However, there was no wide size available for me, so I had to size up. But for me, I've gone up half a size, and the width for me just feels fine now. But true to size, but remember, this is a narrow shoe. So in the outsole here, they've now got some rubber coverage on the bottom of the Max. So previous versions didn't have really rubber, it was just really that midsole foam. But this one, yeah, good amount of rubber coverage, so pretty much covering most of the shoe. But Dura abrasion rubber, but I've had no dramas with this rubber. It looks to be wearing okay. I've only had a few runs in it. But yeah, it feels really sticky, really grippy, so hopefully that's going to boost the durability up in this shoe. Now what's interesting to note in this shoe is there's this big crevice, or this big sort of slit through the middle of the shoe, and I think that's obviously meant to help with obviously the comfort of the shoe. It's going to allow this midsole to splay apart a little bit, and that's also going to play a bit of a part in the stability of the ride as well. And in the midsole here, so what they have got a very simple design going on. It's just one big slab of their supercritical EVA foam. So there's no plate or anything in the shoe. However, rigidity wise, check this out. This is a very rigid shoe, no plate, but check this out. So I've got the speed here. Now this has got a nylon plate. Just check how much easily I can bend this shoe compared to this Max. So yeah, craziness. And you can see it's got a nice flex point there just at the bottom of the toes, just where I like it. I definitely don't like it in the middle of the shoe where the speed has it. But geometry wise as well, we've got a little bit of a forefoot rocker here and a little bit of geometry, a little bit of curve up there. Takes any slappiness out of the ride. However, it doesn't feel aggressive. It doesn't feel like a super aggressively rocketed shoe like you're going to tip forward. And in our ride, so I've had two very different experiences in this shoe. So my first run was pretty uninspiring. I thought it was just a bit boring, just felt like a bit of soft midsole foam under my foot, and I was just ticking down the road. The second run though, I actually got to, it sort of come alive a little bit, and I got to experience what the shoe's all about. So yeah, really good amount of softness and bounce when you start coming through the rear of the shoe. and it sort of does firm up through the middle of the shoe, and then you do get some good pop. But this shoe, yeah, it's got a really nice amount of softness and bounce and energy return. It's not like the Endorphin Speed, how it's really springy and it's bouncy and lively, and it's not a dead thud feeling that you get in the FF Blast plus Eco like you feel in the Nova Blast. It sort of sits somewhere in between. It's got a nice amount of liveliness and a nice amount of bounce and a nice amount of softness. So it's quite an enjoyable shoe, and I think every run is sort of feeling better for me. And surprisingly enough, it feels really nice at jogging. So jogging up to that steady pace, I'm not too sure its suitability at the speed at this stage. As I said, I've only had a few runs in it, but I certainly don't think I'm going to pick this one over something with a plate in an aggressive rocker. But so far so good with this ride. Right, likes in this shoe so far, certainly number one, the weight. Love this light weight. And secondly, the ride. So it does feel really just like a super lightweight Clifton, so a really lightweight daily trainer. So what I'm still figuring out is sort of where this is marketed as. So they've marketed it as I think of an up-tempo trainer that you can use for your workouts and so forth like that. But I don't know, I don't see it there. I just think it's a really nice lightweight daily trainer. So yeah, I think it could mean the end of the Clifton. And dislikes for me is certainly the price. Well, especially here in Australia, $260 in Australia, only $140 in the US. That does not match up. So this should be at the same price point as the New Balance Rebel, so at $220, or even as a Nova Blast at around that $230, $240 mark. So overall, so far so good. So pretty versatile shoe here, and yeah, I think we've got a really nice daily trainer here. So super lightweight. So I think, yeah, you're going to be able to use this one for most of your easy days. Recovery, it's soft enough for your recovery days, and there's definitely enough guts under it to handle your long runs as well. But yeah, if you really like it, if you value a nice light shoe, this one I think is going to be excellent for you guys. As I said, for me, I think it could be the death of the Clifton for me, because it's going to be lighter than the Clifton. It's a bit more lively than the Clifton, but it's sort of got that Clifton feel. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where that one sits. What I guess I'm still a bit dubious about will be the durability of this supercritical foam. So to use it as a daily trainer and use it every day, is it going to hold up, or is it going to flatten out like most Hoka shoes do really fast? So hopefully this one holds up, because for me, good signs. Pretty positive about this one. Again, not too sure if I'm going to pick this one for my speed day or my up-tempo stuff. So I don't think you're going to reach for this shoe over your Super Trainer or an aggressively rocketed carbon plated shoe for your workout. So I don't know that it's going to challenge any of those shoes, but certainly it's definitely going to take some customers away from the Clifton and your lightweight daily trainers, that's for sure. Anyway guys, that's it from me. Interested to hear your thoughts and my first impressions of the Mach 6. If you've got any questions, make sure you put them in the comments below. And again guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.